The next day in the streets, JIK finds a bag full of money. He counts how much money is in the bag and searches for the person who put their bag here and forgot. He then sees a girl who is looking for something desperately. "Where did I put the money?" She cries while searching. She says that she lost it like a careless person. The money even includes the tuition fee she has been saving up for a long time. Ike thinks that he can't help but sympathize when he sees someone in difficulty. He hands over the money bag to the girl. The girl says thanks to him and calls him an angel. Am I really an angel? He wonders. Hey, man! Why is it short 50,001? The girl shouts. Nevertheless, Ike has already received his reward for saving a girl's life, and currently he is running along with it. At the school gate, he sees two girls who are late for school. Ike is also late for school, so the gate is closed. He goes near the students and gives them an advice. He tells them to explain their reasons of being late to the teacher. He says that if they explain it perfectly, the teacher will understand. Both of them then try to convince the teacher near the gate by saying that they were late because there was an accident on their way here, but it won't happen in the future. Ike leaves the girls there and jumps over the wall to reach the other side of the school, and as the teacher is already talking to the girls, he didn't even notice that Ike jumped the wall in order to enter the school. Ike thinks that he will do whatever it takes to avoid any losses for himself. "What are you doing here?" the teacher shouts while noticing. He then makes up a lie to avoid the teacher's attention. He tells the teacher that the students named Youngtae and Yoonjun Ho are currently eating tteokbokki in the front right now. The teacher tells the students that whoever comes late will receive a deduction in attitude score. Now that he has done something terrible, he smirks and wonders whether he is a demon now. In the classroom, the teacher announces that there is a new transfer student who will attending class today. He tells all the students to be considerate of the new student because he has come from a foreign country and doesn't know much about Korean culture yet. Scalpel enters the classroom. He greets the human kids and introduces himself as someone who emerged from the fiery pit of hell hotter than lava and is the demon's messenger. In addition, he says that, as a commemoration of coming to this school, he has prepared a gift for all of them, something that they will never be able to taste in the human world. He says that he will be giving them a taste of the hot fire from hell. "Who wants a hellfire hot sauce hell burger?" he shouts. The burger is so spicy that everybody eating it was now full of tears. He points at a bench where he wants to sit. He says that is happy to Scalpel teases Haniel. "Isn't it common courtesy to at least localize the names?" "You keep using the name Scalpel," Haniel asks. Scalpel replies that fulfilling desires is the demon's basic nature and tells her to look carefully, as no one has any complaints because it satisfies their desires. Ike thinks that in just a few days, a lot of things has changed. There is an angel sitting right next to him and a demon right behind him. The reason both the angel and the devil came to find Ike is according to them. It was to awaken Ike's abilities. Do I have no other choice but to accept this fate? He thinks deeply. He says, for example, when he goes to school, if a girl just casually says that she wants someone to destroy the school building because she doesn't want to go to the lecture, Ike could easily destroy it if he masters his powers. He gives another example. He says that when he gets a job someday, and in the interview if he is told to share his specialties, then he could say that he could turn this recruitment room into a sea of fire. But in the end, what is the use of all of this? In the next scene, Scalpel tells Haniel that he has something to talk with her, so Haniel follows him. "Where are we going?" she questions. Scalpel says that he can't blow off Haniel's cover in front of the students. Haniel gets confused as she doesn't know what he meant by it. In the conclusion, Scalpel tells Haniel to give up on the hybrid. Haniel says that she expected this kind of talking, but she says that she can't give up on Ike because he is the last hope that heaven has been waiting for. All right. I get it. I knew you wouldn't give up easily. As expected. You angels are so innocent, you followed without any suspicion when the demon called and ended up falling into my trap, didn't you? Scalpel asks while laughing. Scalpel binds Henael with magic. He says that it's fortunate that the barrier he set up in the morning was successful. Hey, what are you doing? Release me right away, she shouts at him. Scalpel says that she has to stay like that for a while, and in the meantime, he will help Jayak to make his decision faster. He then goes to Yuntae, or, in another word, the Zopop. He teases Yuntae by calling him Zopop. Yuntae gets angry and tries to attack Scalpel, but he gets blocked by a barrier. Scalpel tells Yuntae that everyone now calls him a Zopop, even though everybody is saying another words like sushi, spireity, and garden. For Yuntae, he is just hearing the word Zopop. He shouts at all of them to stop. Scalpel laughs as he says that even the girls are calling Yuntae Zopop. He gets angry and frustrated, tears comes out from his eyes, he loses all the confidence, and says that he doesn't think he can win even if he attacks J.I.K. again, as J.I.K. is a monster. Scalpel, while giving a devil's laughs, moves his hand towards Yuntae. He tells Yuntae that if he wants, he can also have that kind of power. No way! How could this be possible? Yuntae questions. Scalpel replies that if Yuntae makes a deal with him, then he can give Yuntae this power. A deal? Are you saying that I have to sell my soul or something? Zopop questions. Scalpel replies that he is not interested in such things after receiving this power. He tells Yuntae to just use it to get revenge of Jae-ik. Yuntae agrees and the deal has been finally made. After receiving the power, he feels a sudden burst of energy and aura radiating from his body. He feels omnipotent, as if he is the strongest man on earth. Scalpel then explains that this power is not to that extent. It's more like being ranked first in the local area. I'm no longer a Zopop? He shouts. At the rooftop, Jayak says that his fate, the path that he needs to awaken to, is a path that has exciting career and a cool appearance that will ignite his passion. But he doesn't think this one will be of any help at all. He says that the path of being a hybrid is probably not the path he should really take and decides to choose differently. Right here at this moment, he decides to throw away the chains that bound him. Now he only has confidence. And all that's left now is victory. All that criticism and hardship. He plans to shake it off, stand up and confront the world. For him, his CSAT score is more important than useless superpowers. He will do his best to live an ordinary life, and will even reject his fate and seal his powers in order to do that. He opens the door while thinking that this is the path he will choose. As he opens the gate, he sees Zopop with red eyes. Zopop was searching for Jayak for a long time and finally found him. I came here to get some fresh air. Look at those red eyes. How much did you study, but could you please make way for me? Jayak requests politely. Without wasting any time, Yuntae launches an impactful punch at Jayak. Jayak couldn't dodge it as he was not on guard. Scalpel was sitting on the ceiling, seeing and enjoying the scenario. He says that to open the waves of evil through appropriate stimulation is his own way of strategy. He smiles as he says that he hopes his strategy works out. Henael notices a dark red aura coming from the rooftop. What the hell is going on? She wonders. On the rooftop, the punch was impactful enough to send Jae-ik flying, but Jae-ik handles himself very well and looks more like a beast himself. He tells Yanti to stop fighting as he doesn't want to fight. Yanti says that whether it was both in elementary or middle school, he alone was the charging one, but suddenly Jae-ik appears and snatches that position. He says that at that time he felt humiliated, and now he wants to become the king of the school. Yante rushes towards Jae-ik and starts to punch him. Why are you standing still? Why don't you hit me like you did back then? He questions. Jae-ik, on the contrary, is taking all the damages without flinching. He tells Yuntae to stop this at once. Yuntae is desperately punching while wondering that why even Jae-ik's glasses are fine. Jae-ik thinks that Yuntae will be mad if he knows that his attacks are only itching a bit. Scapel says that the kid is not as good as he thought he would be. Ow! No! That clueless appearance can't be your true nature. It must be because Hanil has sown some good seeds in you. Then shall I try to defile it this time? He asks, while laughing his tongue out. He creates magical threads in order to control and provide more strength to Yuntae. Ah! So much power has come into me! I can't control my strength! Yuntae shouts as he is unable to control his own strength and body. He is busting with powers which he never has harness. He screams and his teeth and horn grows like a demon. Jae-ik gets puzzled and sees a punch coming right at him. This time, he also takes the punch, but it hurts a little. Yuntae smiles as he was finally successful to hurt Jae-ik. He then kicks and punches simultaneously. Isn't it strange that you didn't feel any pain when you were getting beaten up like this? He questions. He feels awesome, intrigued and excited at the same time. Did I get him this time? He wonders with a smirk in his face. Alas. Hanil was able to break free of the chains and comes right to the rooftop. As she enters, she sees that Scalpel is controlling Yuntae by providing his powers. She gets furious and kicks Scalpel from behind. Scalpel says that he didn't expect Hanil to break free this quickly. Do you think you could stop me with just that level of seal? Hanil asks. Scalpel smiles as he tells her not to be pretentious, because he can see clearly that she is panting. He says that Hanil is not like herself when she is tired while grabbing her neck. Hanil then jumps and kicks backward. She says that she can be a fool for once, but not twice because a demon's tricks are easily revealed on the second try. Oh, so you are saying you are innocent but not stupid, huh? Then what about this? He asks, while creating his binding spell. As Scalpel completely tries to bind Hanil, both of them hear Jae-ik shouting with a sudden outburst of power. He says that he doesn't need this kind of power. The power outburst was so impactful that both the demon and the angel are pushed backwards. Jae-ik says that he just wanted to live an ordinary life. Scalpel tells Hanil to watch closely, how Jae-ik's power is being liberated. Jae-ik not only has the wave of goodness she hoped for, and once Jae-ik accepts the wave of evil and unleashes its power, he will something that no one has ever seen. You want to live an ordinary life with that much power? Yuni questions and tells Jae-ik that if he doesn't want that kind of power, he should give it to someone who wants it. He runs forward and punches Jae-ik, but Jae-ik's face feels more like a rock to him, and he falls down to the ground due to the impact of his own force. Ah! My hand! He screams in pain. Jae-ik then punches the ground, which deals a heavy impact and even shakes the school. The students wonders what kind of construction is being done on the roof. By seeing this, Yuntae gets horrified and keeps sweating out of fear. Jae-ik tells Yuntae that he wants to stop this because he doesn't like exerting his power like this. Scalpel sees that his prediction was perfectly correct. And as expected, Jae-ik's awakening level will surge rapidly as he enters battles. Yuntae says that he understands, and he also wants to stop here. So he says sorry to Jae-ik. Jae-ik decides to leave Yuntae and turns around as he says that school violence is bad. The moment he turned around, Yuntae reveals his true intentions and tries to attack again from the back and punches with a full power counterattack. He smiles as he thinks that this attack was a fatal one, but to his surprise, his attack didn't even left a scar on Jae-ik's body. This time, Jae-ik gets really furious. Let's continue. Is that it you want? He asks, while giving a death glare. On the other hand, Scalpel is excited as he sings and thinks that everything is going according to his plan. Jae-ik's awakening level is increasing gradually along with his anger. Hanil runs towards Jae-ik in order to stop any more hazards. Now let's see what happens to those who reject peace. I told you to stop, didn't I? he asks angrily. Stop! Stop, please! Both Hanael and Yuntae shouts. Ik ready his hand for a punch. He tells Yuntae to consider this punch as a historical lesson. As he is about to punch, Hanael comes in front of him and uses her shield to block the attack. Hanael tries to stop Jae-ik by saying that this situation isn't Yuntae's fault, but he doesn't listen as anger has succumbed his actual senses. Jae-ik's awakening rate increases from 41 to 45%, and it starts to break Hanael's shield barrier. It is a dangerous situation. Hanael grabs Yuntae and flies away from the danger with her wings. Jae-ik says that after today, his peaceful life has changed. Hanael notices that Jae-ik is already on 179 degrees, but she feels relieved that it hasn't gone to 180 degrees yet. She notices that her shield can't put up with that tremendous power. Jae-ik jumps upward to attack Yuntae again. This time, Hanael uses her mega shield, but this shield also starts to break. Scalpel, sitting on the back, seeing all the commotion, says that finally it has all started, the opening of a wave of evil. Hanael says that her shield couldn't hold for much longer, so she uses her Giga shield. Oh! This is the last train runaway locomotive, Scalpel shouts in excitement. Oh! Last train runaway locomotive is a special technique that manifests when feelings of injustice and frustration reach their peak. The power and form of the attack vary greatly depending on the caster's ability. It's a relentless fury that surfaces after reaching the end of one's patience and endurance. This is without a doubt a sign of irrational anger management disorder. Can it be stopped? He wonders. He then sees that the awakening level is spiking again. It has gone from 45 to 50%. The Giga Shield shatters and Hanael again flies away while carrying our Zopop. Yuntae feels like he is eternal peace as he hugs Hanael tightly. Hanael realizes that at this rate, Jae-ik might completely be tainted by evil. She shouts at Jae-ik to stop the outburst. Jae-ik doesn't know what this feeling is. A warm surge rises from deep within his chest. This urge he is experiencing for the first time. This is what the awakening of the power means, a power guided by fate. His heart swells with grandeur. Then he feels that something is itching on his back. Hanael has stabbed Jae-ik with a straw. She says that it is the only way to prevent the outburst. Jae-ik thinks that making a fuss isn't his style. Winning a brawl is trivial. True victors are those who triumph in life, so he wants to lose, or at least needs to learn how to lose. Hanael barely managed to stop the outburst by using Chill Man's straw. Chill Man's straw is a technique that induces calmness and suppresses confusion by sticking the straw used by the ancient god, Chill Man, into the opponent's mind. Scalpel shouts that it's a cowardly trick to use as an angel. She replies that she couldn't, that stand still and watch Jae-ik continue his outburst. What are you doing? Hanael asks. Scalpel also uses a straw. He justifies that he also couldn't stand still and do nothing either. Suddenly, after using the straw, Jae-ik again feels the sensation of anger. Scalpel Jae-ik to tune it into his heart's voice. He used triple-folded straw, a technique that gradually increases the sense of deep anger. Both the angel and the devil tries to comfort and convince Jae-ik in their own way. The more he thinks about it, the more angrier he gets. He also wants to beat them all up. No, why am I even angry in the first place? He wonders while getting totally confused. That's right. No, that's not right. It's not that the right thing is right, it's that what's supposed to be right is not, he shouts, and shows an act of cognitive dissonance as he is puzzled with both his actions and emotions. Jae-ik realizes that he is losing himself, and the quarrel between the angel and the devil is driving him crazy. At that moment, he cools his mind and starts to think deeply that this is not a matter of right or wrong. This power that has suddenly come to him, if he could possess this power, then this power could also be discarded, he concludes. Scalpel notices that the awakening rate is rapidly decreasing. Is reducing one's awakening progress one of a hybrid's power? Hanael wonders where that limit is. It is as if J-Ike has found enlightenment, as he was able to bodily discard the power that he can't handle. Detachment. Yep, it is. Oh my God, he has mastered the legendary detachment, the ability that is said to be the strongest among those who renounce their possession. Hanael shouts in excitement. The power level has completely stabilized. J-Ike goes near Yuntae and precisely explains that he discarded the unnecessary power and gained a new one. Yuntae, are you okay? He asks. He says that they shouldn't fight like this. Instead, he advises Yuntae to study hard from now in order to go to a good university together. The thing we are now seeing is the power of positively. Alas, both of them became friends. In the back, Hanael says that either way, she is relieved that it ended on a heartwarming note, while on the contrary, Scalpel gets furious because he didn't expect that J-Ike will give up his power like that. Hanael smiles as he thinks that, even in such a mess, it's remarkable that J-Ike can build up the power of positivity. And as expected, he truly has the qualities of an angel. Scalpel now knows an important fact about hybrids. He analyzed that all hybrids may have the power to control their awakening rate at their own will. At the bus stop, J-Ike tells Yuntae that they should meet each other warmly next time. Zopop agrees and says that he is gonna jot down what happened today in his diary. He will cherish and never forget what happened today. After some time, J-Ike reaches home and greets his parents with a smile. You're here. Anything special happen? Have you eaten? Both of them ask upon witnessing the smiling face of J-Ike. He speaks that he realized a lot today. He says thank you for their love and care for all this time. He announces that he will strive to do better and live more fully from now on. His dad smiles while his mom gets angry as she finds out that Scalpel failed on his job to awaken the devil luring inside J-Ike. His father gets happy upon seeing that J-Ike is brimming with a wave of good now. J-Ike's mother realizes that this won't do, and she has no other choice but to take action. She brings out a cell phone and says that it's been a long time since she has taken this out. She wishes that she didn't have to bring it out again. But this type of circumstances calls for it. Hell, the world make it better place. The music rings on the phone and some fearsome entity picks up the call. What is it, servant? Contact is prohibited during missions. So why did you call me? The unknown entity asks. She replies that we'll use the call chance and says that Scalpel is too inexperienced to handle the target. The anonymous devil replies that this is a good reason for using the call chance, so he will accept it. Additionally, he informs that we'll send someone more suitable soon to carry out the job. In the endlessly deep abyss, at the very bottom of hell, the lowest level of the abyss, a prisoner in the farthest room of infinite hell, it annihilates anything in its sight, also known as the destroyer of hell. One of the devil goes to meet him and calls him the dark Satan. The devil says that finally the liberation has come. So he tells the dark Satan to go up to the surface that he wanted so much to deceive and trample those he sees to his heart's content. Sounds pretty interesting, liberation, you say? Huh? The dark Satan asks.